Hey friends. So this is a little off topic for me, but I'm usually all over the place, right? So I'm thinking about people who are talking about justice served or justice not served, and it brings me back to a time when I had my first and only restraining order as of yet on a human being, right? And there was supposed to be like this trial and all these things, and thank God he pleaded out of it, and he served less time and whatever, right? And I remember I had a handful of people that were really close to me and they loved me dearly. They had the best of intentions, but they were really upset that he served such little time. And I remember telling them that, it's fine. I trust the process. And rather than dragging it out into some really long trial, I just wanted my children and I to be able to move forward. Listen, I was already homeless 2 summers in a row because of the mental stuff that was going on from this season in my life. The challenges I had to face for myself were so important to face that it didn't matter what he got for justice or not justice. You know what I mean? Like, I'm very calm in that way. I've learned to be this way, right? Because I wanted to be an imperfect example for my children. I wanted to remind my children that outcomes aren't always the way you had hoped, and that people won't always behave the way you wish they would, ourself included. I know I don't always behave in the best of ways. I don't always make the decisions that align with my highest good, right? I'm perfectly human, right? Imperfectly human, however you want to word it. So as you start reading headlines today in the political atmosphere, I noticed a couple popped up in my feed on Twitter, or X, formerly Twitter, about various people being pardoned on both sides of the aisle and all these different people. I want you to remember that we only know what's fed to us. We only know what these people did based on what the headlines said. That wasn't a personal experience, much like my experience was personal, right? It happened to me. So I know the facts of the matter of this, and this. You did this, then this happened, right? But I don't know that for these other people, right? And our hearts can ache and we can have human compassion for each other, as we know that each of us are just as capable of making these horrible mistakes and these choices that perhaps didn't align with our highest good self, right? So I know that you might have strong opinions about certain people being behind bars or not, or being let out or not. And I respect that feeling. You're entitled to that feeling. What I'm asking you to do is to open your heart and and open your mind to knowing that, or to the possibility that you may not know the whole story. And that it seems to me that the news and headlines and social media articles are confusing our brains and playing with our emotions, almost like gaslighting in a narcissistic sociopath relationship, right? So it's making us think one truth that really isn't even a reality, right? It's just almost like a reality TV show. It's the dramatic side of events to get you riled up to feel this way or this way, whatever way the writer wants you to feel, right? So I invite you to pause, and I invite you to not allow them to control that. Nobody else should control that but you. Talk to Source, spend some time being quiet, listen to some music that soothes your soul. And remember that we can only control how we show up and how we behave. So while you may think the justice system failed you or something out there failed you, please remember that nothing fails you. We are all still learning and growing, and regardless of the justice outcome, there's a higher power at play here that will make the final choice on whether or not someone is truly remorseful for their actions. We have no idea what's going on in someone else's head or someone else's heart. I keep telling people I run into, God knows your heart. So peace, love, happiness, keep it real. I'm just trying to keep it real. I'm trying to keep it calm, because in the calm is where we find our peace. Much love to y'all. Be safe out there.